Alright, here we are, our 2004 Rinker Fiesta Vee 312 for sale here on the beautiful fresh waters of Norris Lake, Tennessee. This one is sitting in a transferable covered slip here on what I would call the Knoxville corner of the lake. And before we step aboard, I will point out we've got a nice large extended swim platform with a 3-step swim boarding ladder and bottle opener right there on the edge as well for convenience. And I do have the engine hatch raised. As we step on board, I'll show you that, and then we'll lower it. I do want to point out these two hooks right here. That is basically for securing a dinghy onto that swim platform. Which, for those unfamiliar with the term, that is just what you call a smaller boat that you carry along on your larger boat. So here we are in our cockpit, and I do want to point out we've got upgraded cockpit flooring. This would be what is often referred to as luxury woven vinyl snap-in flooring or snap-in carpeting. That's like a beach weave is also sometimes what that's referred to. This is actually really soft on your feet. It's got a little bit of a padding on it, and that has become the newer version of cockpit carpeting that is a favorite for many. So this is powered by twin Volvo Penta 5.0 liter fuel injected inboard outboard V8 is basically a small block V8 stern drive engines with dual prop outdrives. Got a waste holding tank over here to the starboard side of your starboard side engine. I'll have the exact sizes of all of the tanks on this one at the website listing. About 333 hours on each of these small block V8s. There's your freshwater tank. A bit of a storage right there. 2 batteries in the center of the frame now. That is your freshwater pump mounted on the bulkhead there. And we come back around over here. 2 more batteries. A guest battery isolator, onboard battery charger. And we've got a 5 kW Kohler generator and a Soundbox. About 345 hours on that 5 kW Kohler generator. And you can see we got a little bit of a rip in that blower hose that should be replaced. Blower does function. And I'm going to step up here near our helm and start lowering that engine hatch now. We've got that power hatch. And I basically have disconnected that back of that camper canvas isinglass enclosure. We'll do that whenever you're raising and lowering these power hatches. This would be a good time to remind you our website is the best place to find the current asking price. We don't mention those in the video tours because they'll often change until listing is sold. But for your convenience, we will have a direct link to the listing down in the bottom of the video description, the written description. So again, that is for your convenience. If you just take the time to copy and paste that link, it may be able to click on it. And our isinglass enclosure is showing some wear. Got a little bit of a screen built in here. Do have a magma grill attached on the back, mounted on a rod holder. These magma grills are great. Lots of different mounting options for those. All right, so now we can see this cockpit arrangement a little bit better. We do have a large bench seat here at stern, removable cockpit table. We've got 6 wet sound speakers here in our cockpit. Hot and cold transom shower right here. Of course, this is your transom walk-through. That will close. You got young ones or small tots. So here's your hot cold transom shower. Battery switches right here. You know, I've actually had someone ask about, what do do you do if your batteries are dead with regards to raising a powered hatch? So these right here, these two little red covered posts, that would basically be a jump point where you can basically connect a jump box and raise that. So they have thought about that. We do have a small cockpit refrigerator. This is a battery or an AC or DC fridge. You need 12 volt or 110 power. So when you're plugged into your shore power, that'll be powered up. Your generator will power it, and also your batteries will power it whenever you're not connected to shore power or your generator's not running. We've got a 32-inch TCL Roku television here in the cockpit. It's been mounted on that arch. And this is a little wired-in tailgate blender. Rinker did this on a couple of these models. Now the mount point for this is has been disconnected. I'll show you what I mean. These typically would be mounted right here. Your blender actually stows down in there, and then of course that can swing this base here. If that's mounted there, that's going to swing up and down when you open and close that. But that is not the case because that mount point has come off, but it is all still functional. And then here's your little cockpit sink with a little cover there, integrated waste bin, and then of course we got a power outlet there as well, and that's what your television's plugged into. So here's another wet sound speakers. I mentioned 6 of those. Plus 2 more basically tower speakers on your arch. So there's 8 of those here in the cockpit. Very highly upgraded stereo system. Now here at our helm seat, we do have a wide helm seat. That is designed for a companion. Well, they'll make them wide like that. A little bit of wear in the seams here. And we'll have a little bit more of that on some of our other cushions here in the cockpit. I'll get into that. Typically we're going to get into that wear and tear later on in the video. This is a mic for standard Horizon VHF radio.
Saturday.
And you got a 12 volt power outlet right here. Windlass anchor on the bow. Controls for that. That's basically your breaker. And that's your up and down. Functional blower. We've got a Lowrance Elite 5 chirp. This is a Chartplotter and a Sonar depth and fish finder. So we're on a split screen now. It's going to show you your chart on the left and your Sonar on the right. It's got fish ID display. Of course, your surface water temperature and your depth. And we also have a functional depth finder. Here at your helm. Power that up now. So you see we're reading 42 feet there. 41.5 on your Lowrance. And another 12 volt power outlet here. There's your cluster gauges. Fuel, battery volts, engine oil pressure, engine water temperature. This port side tachometer with your digital hour meter. 333.8 hours on your port engine. Speedometer there in the center. There's your starboard tachometer with digital hour meter display. That one is showing 333.3 hours. And then here's your cluster gauge on your starboard side. Fuel, battery volts, engine oil pressure, engine water temperature. 2 cup holders here at your driver's helm. Lenco trim tabs with indicator gauges. These are nice. When you have these little red, it kind of lets you know. I'm actually going the wrong way. Kind of show you where your trim tabs are, so you can keep them equal, or really those are to be used as levelers. So that'll let you know which tab you've got where. Remote spotlight switch is right here, just above the standard Horizon VHF radio. And if you can see through there, let me turn this on for you. Yeah. I do want to call your attention that directional, left and right, does function, but not the up and the down. And it does have a spotlight and a floodlight. And that's a good little tip that people will use. Turn those towards your helm, and then you can make sure you're not accidentally leaving that spotlight on whenever you walk away. Do have the engine synchronizer gauge right here just below your Danforth compass, and drive trim, port and starboard side. Got a little clock, and then again that's that depth finder that we touched on a little bit earlier. So we do have that flip up bolster here at your driver's seat. Two more cup holders over here by your passenger lounge. Here's some of that wear in the cockpit upholstery. In case I forget to show you later, a little bit of stretch in the seam, small little rip there. Let me go ahead and show you rust back here. A little bit of oh, here it is. This is basically just a scuff that's not torn all the way through. I'll show you that. Two more cup holders here on this bench seat. Now you've got steps that are going to go up through the center here. You walk through windshield up toward the bow. I'm not going to take that today. And then also want to call your attention this isinglass. I've already referenced that that's a little bit worn, but I want to show you that as well. This little plexiglass here, that's actually for your charts or your maps, and that's so you can basically have the map laid out underneath that without it blowing away. So they put those there. All right, here we are down in our cabin. This is our convertible dinette table. This table will lower, and there is a filler cushion to fill that in for a small berth where someone can sleep. And we will have photographs of that in the converted dinette position. In basically the sleeping berth, we'll have a photo of that at our website, and that's yournewboat.com right there on another 32-inch. This one is a Vizio LCD flat screen 32-inch television. And here's your marine heat and air controls. There is a 12,000 BTU reverse cycle marine air system. That means it's hot and cold air. Basically, it's a geothermal system. So you're going to use lake water, make hot or cold air. And then here is your Sony. This is a AM, FM, CD, auxiliary input, Bluetooth stereo. We've got two cabin speakers down here, and then 8 up top in the cockpit. Here's your V-Berth. Those 2 cabin speakers on either side of that V-Berth. Got some storage over here on each side of that V-Berth. Bow hatch overhead. There are blackouts for those hatches. We've got 3 hatches. Two small ones. One over top the galley, one over top the dinette, and the larger one right there over top your V-Berth. Got some storage underneath, and actually that cruise air 12,000 BTU system is actually behind this grate. That's your air return. And of course you got a vent here. And another one that's going to be back there in our mid cabin, which we'll head to here momentarily. Let me slow down here. We'll show you your galley. We've got it built-in microwave. Just your coffee maker. There is your power panel. We've got 2-burner electric smooth top range. Here is your cabin AC/DC refrigerator. That's again 12 volt or electric on the fridge, and that one's a little bit larger than what you got up in the cockpit. And then we've also got a little slide out cutting board right here that Rinker put in. Here in your power panel, you got your remote generator start here, and here's your CO monitors, GFCI outlet right here, and then basically here's all your breakers. This is going to be your transfer switch from shore power to generator power. Breakers for your air conditioning. You're going to have your 12 volt breakers right over here for your head, your freshwater pump, panel lights, some indirect lights, cabin lights, 12 volt receptacles. And then over here is going to be your 110 side water heater refrigerator, battery charger, coffee maker. That's an accessory switch that is blank, where something could be added. Cockpit fridge, microwave, range top, your television receptacle, and your outlets on the starboard side. That'd be this one right here. Okay. Head compartment. Do have a electric head. They'll sometimes call this a wet head, basically meaning your sink faucet is going to double as your shower head, where that will basically just pull out and raise up there. Some nice storage in here. This, even though it's a wet head, this is a good size head compartment. A little bit of pink down the floor there. That's just some antifreeze from where this was previously winterized. We're just starting to get into the season now, so not everything's been de-winterized yet. And now back here to the mid cabin. Actually, on the way there, we've got a small little hanging closet right here on the port side. And for what it's worth, we've had some extra memory foam. About 4 inches of memory foam has been added to the basically your factory cushions back here for the mid cabin. Some storage back here behind your headboard, and stereo amplifier right there by that port window. And try to get you a good view of this. These mid cabins are sometimes kind of hard to show you the whole area because the way these are arranged, where basically that cockpit floor is just overhead. So you're gonna have your headroom over here on this side, and then basically at your feet, where you don't really need the headroom, it's gonna be lower. Alright, so that's gonna start to wrap things up here for the interior. Now's when we'll head back out to the top side. We'll kind of get up close and personal with any wear and tear that we have noticed. Try to represent these as accurately as possible, although all of our inventory is consignment and offered subject to buyer inspection. So we do welcome you to have the boat inspected to your liking before purchasing. So here on our arch, we do have some areas on our radar arch. We've got some little bit of damage in a few spots. Not sure what was the cause of that, but I want to call your attention to it. And then I did show you some of our upholstery here in the cockpit. So I think that's going to do it for this area, but let's head over to the exterior. So here's your dockside water hookup. That can be used to basically plumb the boat with the water that the marina provides. And then of course you can also fill up your freshwater tank. I'm going to estimate that freshwater tank probably about 30 gallons. But again, we're going to have the size of that listed at the website. It'll be with the printable spec sheet, printable PDF. So here's that back of that arch right there. And a little mark right there. Alright, following that down. Let me go back here to this port side corner. You got a little bit of mark in that fiberglass there. And two marks right in here, depending on how that lighting hits it. May or may not be visible. The ones on the white can be a bit tricky to show. But we do try to show you these, again, and represent these as accurately as possible. Those marks in the blue are probably a lot worse than they actually are, but because it is in the blue, it's going to show up a little bit easier. And as we get a little bit close to the bow, actually, let me show this rail support right here. It's got a little bit of a bend to it right over here on this side. And more marks in this blue as we move up towards the bow. And we're showing a little bit of oxidation up here on the front third of the boat as well. Now we'll have some some photos of this outside of the slip at the website. This one is really filling up every bit of the slip, actually sticking out just a little bit. It's probably about a 30-foot slip. And I'm going to guess the LOA on this one's about 34. But again, we'll have that listed at the website as well. So here's some of that isinglass that referenced earlier. And I'll show you this arch over here on the starboard side. And let me go ahead and step off of our boat, and let me walk back up toward the bow, and we'll resume kind of that up close and personal. So there's that remote spotlight. Again, that power's on fine with the floodlight and spotlight. Turns left, turns right, but does not turn up and down. Here's your Delta anchor. Again, that is a windlass anchor. That functions just fine. There's your mark right here, just above the starboard side hatch. Mark right there on that blue hull side. Another one right there. And another little mark right there just above that Rinker logo here on this side. And I think we got a few on the platform, and that'll start to do it for us. And again, I will invite you to visit the website. Current asking price. We don't mention those in video tours because they will change. But as well as all the list of features and specifications. This one, the current status, you're going to want to again visit the website for. Now, when this one is sold, we will change the title, and it will no longer say for sale on Norris Lake, but it will say sold. And it will go to our sold boat playlist. So while it's still available, it will be in our current listings playlist. So if you're just on YouTube and want to see what we have available, I would invite you to go to youtube.com/yournewboat and look for the current listings playlist. Now you can also go directly to our site, and again, we'll have a direct link for this one down in the video description that will take you to the page for this 2004 Rinker Fiesta Vee 312. And there's also going to be a link back to the video tour. So if you're up for leaving YouTube for just a few minutes and want to see exactly what's available here in the Norris Lake area, when you do make it over to our website, look for that Find Your New Boat button. That's going to show you all of our inventory and order a price. You can easily see what's available and the asking price for each. And then if you see something that catches your eye, you'll be able to click right into that. And there's going to be a link back to YouTube for the walkthrough video tour. So otherwise, that the yournewboat.com logo that you'll see in the top right-hand corner of the screen as this video tour starts to wrap up. That is just a shortcut to subscribe to our YouTube channel. If you haven't already, we're happy to have you as a subscriber. That is a great way to catch inventory as it comes available in our area. Google will notify you if you are subscribed to our YouTube page. Otherwise, we do have an email list at our website you can sign up for if you're looking for something in the area. And again, this current slip is transferable. Check us out at our website. That's where you're going to need to contact us. You can reach out to us by phone, by text, or by email. All through our website. We do not monitor the YouTube comment page. So if you do have serious questions about this, please reach out to us through the website. And whatever is most convenient for you. Again, phone, text, or email. We do like to remind you, if you call us on the phone and you get our voicemail, there are a lot of areas where we have listings that do not have cell phone reception. So if you get our voicemail and want to return phone call, just make sure you leave me a message. Leave a detailed message. Let me know which listing you're looking at, what questions you have. As soon as I get back in cell phone range, I will return your call, answer all your questions for you. And again, you can also send us an email through the website. But I also like to remind you, if you've sent us an email and you have not gotten a reply in one business day, please check your spam folder. We have a high rate of our reply emails landing customer spam folders. And again, otherwise, feel free to text us as well. And I thank you again for joining us. This has been the 2004 Rinker Fiesta Vee 312 Express Cruiser for sale here on Norris Lake. Again, with that transferable slip. And I thank you again.